Hello and welcome back to BricsCAD Unplugged. Today's topic is BricsCAD's 3 editions. We have 3 of them, Classic, Pro, and Platinum. And my name is Matt Olding. I'm with the Learning and Educational Department at Bricsys. And I have 2 of my colleagues here. I don't know which windows they're looking at. Heidi, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Heidi Hewitt. I'm the User Success Manager with Bricsys.
And
Hi, I'm Vince Amon. I'm with the sales team, but also I'm somewhat technical, so I kind of play multiple roles. But I'm helping the sales team with the new sales team that we have in the U.S.
Well, Vince, you're pretty technical. He writes a lot of Lisp routines, and something we're going to talk about a little today, just with a little bit of Lisp capabilities and everything. So, with that said, also to our colleague Don, Vince wasn't feeling well last week. Don's not feeling good this week, so hopefully...
I didn't give it to him, by the way. It wasn't me.
You're in different states, so he can't blame you.
Right, exactly.
Yes. So, okay, with that said, I'm going to jump into and start explaining and help you guys help me out too, add your comments about the 3 additions to BricsCAD. And so I'm going to share my screen here, folks. Let me just go over to my second monitor over here. Can you guys see me okay?
Yeah.
We can see it.
Okay, cool. Okay, so if you guys go up to our website, basically, it's sometimes a little confusing if you've never been, been here before. And we have 3 additions to BricsCAD. So we have the Classic, the Pro, and the Platinum. Okay, and in here, if you're looking at the Classic, think of the reason why it's broken up this way, because you might not need all these features. And so that's why we break it up to 3 different levels, let's say, or editions. And with the Classic, we have basically, you're familiar with LT product. This is very similar to LT, but one key big difference is it supports full Lisp capabilities on the LT or for the Classic. And so keep that in mind. Then once we jump up to the Pro, think of this as like regular AutoCAD. And this is where you get access really to third-party applications. And we have over 1,500 of them for BricsCAD. So keep that in mind, plus with direct 3D modeling. And then once we jump up to the Platinum level, okay, you get a bunch of other stuff, especially in the 3D world, like 3D constraints, assembly modeling, and design intent. And then one thing I really love is 3D comparing a couple of models against another model and everything, see what's the differences and everything. And also too with the Platinum, this will help. You need the Platinum to get up to add on our Bim product or our sheet metal product. Okay, so that's the Platinum. You need that to is the foundation for those other 2 add-ons and everything. So that's the 3 products. And also too, you can see here that we have the prices based in US dollars and also too in euros. And so in Vince, Heidi, do you have any comments about the 3 different levels from this web page?
Maybe Matt, you can switch over and show some of the more detailed differences.
Oh, good point. Thank you, Heidi. Yeah, so over here we do have a comparison chart. So on here we have comparison with AutoCAD and LT. So you can see some of this stuff like from native 2018 DWG files is what BricsCAD reads and writes. From dynamic blocks, network licensing. And something, Vince, I think you got a lot to say about this one, about licensing.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of comments coming from folks that are looking for, hey, where's my perpetual license? You're used to, and when I was a CAD manager many years ago, it was something that I did. I wasn't able to just stay up to date when I had a lot of licenses that I had to manage. So it was sort of on a 2 or 3 year cycle. And so having that perpetual license and not changing was something we're hearing a lot of today. The other thing, for me,
real lot.
the thing I'm hearing also is being able to run some of the Lisp stuff. I mean, a lot of companies have, they've come to us with, they either have some small Lisp routines or custom menus or things, and they don't need all the capabilities of something like a Platinum, but they've always wanted to run these types of things in an LT product, and they weren't able to do it. So having the ability to run that in Classic is pretty cool. It is a full Lisp support. In fact, the our Blade development platform also runs in Classic. So those folks that are doing full Lisp development and they want an interface to do that and have that environment, they can run that inside of Classic as well, which is really, really cool.
Vince, maybe you can just mention what Blade stands for.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I knew it at one point.
Yeah, you stumped me. I wasn't expecting that question.
Well, while I go on and talk about additions, you can look that up for us.
I'll do that.
I have a blog post about it. Maybe I can look it up. I just don't remember.
Yeah, we do have a blog post on that. Definitely go to the website on the blog.
Yes, yeah. So we'll talk about it a little bit later though. But with that, so this is the comparison chart, and this is up on our website. So folks, take advantage of this, just for a snapshot comparison, and then also too with the comparison with the 3 different levels of editions of BricsCAD. So you can decide on what you might need. And definitely, if you're just doing 2D stuff, look at the Classic. If you want similar to AutoCAD with a little bit more functionality or third-party apps, look at the Pro. But then if you want to go to the next level into 3D, into BIM, into sheet metal, and assembly modeling, definitely take a look at the Platinum. Okay. So Heidi, how about this? I know you have some stuff like a little show and tell to show us about inside the product, how to get at these different additions inside the product. So here, I'm going to stop sharing. I'll pass it off to you.
Okay, great. Share my screen.
Yeah, we could see you.
Okay, great. So there's a variable that I found quite useful as I've been learning BricsCAD, and I'm relatively new to BricsCAD. But if you look at the command line there, you'll see I'm typing in run as level. That's the name of the command. And if you run that, if you've installed the trial and you use run as level, you'll see here that you have an option for BricsCAD. By default, when you install the trial, it's giving you Platinum, access to the Platinum version. But if you want to test out and see whether you need Platinum or Classic or Pro, which one is right for you, or maybe you're a CAD manager and you want to see what's right for your various employees, you can change this level. So I could change it, for example, to Classic. Now, I do want to point out here, though, this message that you do need to close BricsCAD and relaunch it for those changes to take effect. But this is a really great way for you to just test BricsCAD at different levels. So useful. I'm going to set it back, though, because I like running at Platinum. But let me just give you some examples while we're in here of some of the types of drawings. And if you're familiar, maybe coming from AutoCAD or AutoCAD LT, then this may I'm sure this will make a lot of sense. If you're new to CAD, then I'm sure it will make sense as well. If you're using Classic Edition, this is an example of what you might create elevations, 2D elevations, floor plans, any 2D type drawings. This is an example. I actually just created this myself, modeling it using Pro. So getting up into 3D modeling like you were talking about there when you were showing the different editions in that. Everything that I did here, including I added some lights and materials, rendering, all of that I could do in Pro. Move up to Platinum, you can do all of that, of course. Plus you have some things like assembly modeling and additional functionality. And you can even add in, like in this case, we have some sheet metal parts in here. So that was based on Platinum. You could add on the sheet metal module and do even more mechanical or manufacturing type modeling. And then we also have, like you mentioned, Matt, the Bim module. So this is a completely BIM model. It's got a lot of intelligence to it. It's got, where you can move the walls and doors and everything updates automatically for you. It's associated with each other. So starting with the 3 editions and then adding on, if you get Platinum, you can add on those modules. So a lot of great functionality here. And what I really love about it, and especially for somebody like me that came from a completely AutoCAD environment, that's all I've used my entire career is AutoCAD, but it was such an easy transition for me because I could take everything I already knew, start applying it in 2D with Classic Edition, move up to what I already knew about 3D, and really using the direct modeling has been amazing for me, and that's what made it possible for me to model so quickly with very little BricsCAD experience. But it's been an easy and very exciting transition for me.
It looks good. Don't you have something on your blog post about the 3 editions, Heidi?
Yeah, actually, let me pull that up. So I've been going through, as I've kind of made my journey through learning BricsCAD, I've done a series of blog posts, and this one specifically is about the different editions. So as you're going through and trying the different trial levels, you can follow along with this blog. Talks about some of what you mentioned there, Matt, with the different editions, and then explains the different modules, BIM, sheet metal. I haven't mentioned communicator, but you can read a little bit about that here. And then that run as level variable that I just mentioned. So this is a great blog post to refer back to after this session.
So, I'm raising my hand. I have a question.
Oh, yes, please.
So correct me if I get the trial version, if I go up there and just download the trial version of BricsCAD today, do I get all 3 levels additions in the trial version? Is that what you're telling me?
Yep, exactly. By default, it will authorize you for the platinum version, but using that run as level, you have access to all 3 of those. So you can kind of dumb it down to classic or pro, but you have by default access to everything up to platinum. You also, when you do that one install, it also installs the BIM and sheet metal modules. And then you test those as well. You can activate those trials too.
Oh, hey, well, that's good to know. That's really good to know. So yeah, cool. Okay, well, and Vince, any comments about the trial level and the different levels and so forth?
Well, it's really, I mean, I think if you're a CAD manager or someone that wants to figure out, do I need Pro? If you have third-party applications, you want to test them, then you probably want to try it in Pro, make sure that works. And some of these things, if you just have menu items or other things, they might just work in classic. You may not have to go to Pro. So it's really good to be able to test all 3 of those when you're in the trial mode. The other thing, Heidi, when you were showing those 3D images the other day, I was talking to a customer, and he brought up, we were doing a web thing because I was showing him some menuing things that he was trying to do, and he says, hey, I got to show you this. He brings up this model, and he's just like spinning it around going, I can't do this in that other product. He was just really excited about the fact that the performance moving this model around was really cool. I know you were showing a bunch of stuff up that you had open, but it's interesting. I would encourage people to try looking at different, if you've got large models or things that you've had trouble with in the past, maybe just test it out. Why not see how that works? Oh, by the way, it's so easy. BricsCAD Lisp Advanced Development Environment.
Thank you, Vince.
I'm giving you a high five.
I was thinking there's some other name in there. I'm like, I don't know. So, sorry.
We'll forget it by tomorrow, so that's why we'll just remember Blade.
Yeah. Yes. Well, hey, we're going to wrap up. We're almost out of time here, though, but just a quick summary, you guys. So with BricsCAD, there's 3 editions. There's the Classic, the Pro, and the Platinum. You download our trial, you get access to all 3 of them for 30 days. So just to let you know that. And then Heidi, some closing comments?
Yeah, I can't emphasize enough, don't just download the trial, try it. I know a lot of us, we get busy, we download it, we launch it one day, and then don't touch it for the next 29 days, and then it expires. I just can't encourage you enough. Try it out. I know you'll be impressed. Like Vince said, open some models, rotate them around. I think you'll be impressed with everything about it. Yeah,
and Vince, any comments?
No, I would echo that. Also, just to keep in mind, once you download, the trial starts right away. So,
good point.
Download, the 30 days starts, and please let us know. Give us feedback if you need something. We're here to help. We've got an 800 number as well now in the U.S. So those folks here in the U.S., I've got a new team here, so lots of cool things going on. But yeah, definitely let us know, and if you need help with that, we're here as well.
Yeah. And you guys, next week's topic is going to be something pretty exciting. We're going to have some special guests here on BricsCAD Unplugged. And then the topic is going to be about our conference that's going to be held in London in October. And so we're going to have special guests and talk about the conference and what we're going to be doing there. So with that, you guys, help me say goodbye. Goodbye, y'all, and cheers. We'll see you all next week. Thanks for tuning in.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.